Not a dream right now he's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid, but he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Buying time to his left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andre Yoshibas with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. He shakes him off. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And what a way to cap off the opening touchdown drive. You go for 2 and you get it.
Remember when the PAT or the extra point was a gimme, right? Plus 99%. It's not that way anymore, so more people are willing to take a chance, go for 2, and take the kicker a little bit out of the game.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on Media Day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 40-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Being chased out left. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Burrow will throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. Burrow looking to pass. Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. To the air again, Burrow. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 8-0 our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here. He'll buy some time right. And he is in to make it 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0. As they start things out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll go Madison up the middle. And some room to run now. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Alexander Madison, 63 yards. And the Raiders are on the board here in this Super Bowl.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here.
And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. Well, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection led to the block.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. This 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. He's still barreling through. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And the Bengals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for, felt good about being aggressive and going for it, and right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Minshew sets to throw. Steps away to his left. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now Minshew. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Terrace Marshall, 58 yards. And the Raiders get a bit closer. And now it's blocked. Well, the Bengals have got it. Does the big boy have the juice? But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Burrow. He's going to take another shot here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andre Yoshibas, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Minshew. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Look at the big man rumble. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers from 6 yards away. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Sheds off. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Second and 10. They're going to look to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow as time expires in the first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own?
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Second half starts with a run by Abdullah. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. So from the 37, here's second and a yard. Now a give to Madison. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 81 yards here from Madison. He's got a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, Abdullah. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Minshew over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Down the right sideline. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Terrace Marshall, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andre Yoshivas with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amir Abdullah. 46 yards. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Amir Abdullah that finishes it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Powering his way forward. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Open man is Yoshivas. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Andre Yoshivas with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Well, after that, it's not hard to see where the momentum is pointing because it's squarely on his side after a heads-up play to jog that one in for another 2 points.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. But give up the gut to Abdullah. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. From the 43, here's second down and 7. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. Mayer there to bring it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll look to throw now on first down. It gets it right back to Mayer. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Off play action, it's Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. Out of the gun is Minshew. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Out of the gun now on third down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They're passing here. Joe Burrow escapes the sack. Flushed out right. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. Second down and 8. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here, and he fends him off. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raiders now set to get the football back. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete, and there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Looking to throw it. Minshew. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be Minshew again. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Minshew sets to throw. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Now it's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Escaping the pressure right.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's loose again.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Bengals.